No one talks about Sector X-17. Not on the news. Not in NASA briefings. And definitely not in public. But if you dig deep, past the official reports, past the public databases, past the redacted files, you'll find traces. Traces of something so strange, so terrifying, that every major space agency has quietly agreed, no one goes near it. Ever. But it wasn't always this way. In 1986, NASA launched a deep space probe named Argos-I. Its mission was simple: map out uncharted regions past Neptune. But halfway through its journey, something happened. The probe sent back a single image. Just one. It showed a massive black structure floating in open space. It was shaped like a perfect cube, unnaturally smooth, without markings, seams, or signs of erosion. The image lasted 3.2 seconds before the feed cut off completely. The probe was never heard from again. At first, NASA blamed a system malfunction. But a week later, Russia's Roscosmos lost contact with its Vega B satellite, around the same coordinates. Then the European Space Agency reported a power blackout on their long-range telescope as it swept over the same sector. 3 failures. 1 location. That location became known as Sector X-17. At first, scientists were curious. They believed it might be some kind of black hole or natural anomaly. But after sending 2 more probes, both of which vanished without a trace, curiosity turned into silence. Then, quietly and without public explanation, every space agency updated its navigation protocols. Sector X-17 was marked as a no-fly zone. No press release. No announcement. Just silence. But secrets don't stay buried forever. In 2003, a low-level technician named Aaron Kessler leaked something he wasn't supposed to. He had worked at a data analysis center contracted by NASA. Late one night, he found a folder buried deep in an encrypted drive. It was labeled X-17, Active Surveillance. Inside were logs. Hundreds of them. Not just from the US, but from Russia, China, and even private space firms. They were all monitoring Sector X-17. And they weren't just watching for safety. They were listening. According to the logs, starting in 1998, strange signals began transmitting from X-17. They were short bursts of binary code, structured, repeating, but undeciphered. Then came audio. At first, it was static. Then, voices. Human voices. But here's the terrifying part. The voices were not from Earth. One recording, labeled X-17 Signal 042, was transcribed. A chilling female voice spoke in perfect English. "You are being watched. Return. This is not your path." Multiple analysts reviewed the audio. It wasn't a transmission reflected off Earth. It had originated from deep space. Worse, the voice matched no known vocal patterns. It sounded human, but off, like it was mimicking speech without fully understanding it. Kessler posted a few files online before disappearing. Some say he was arrested. Others believe he fled the country. His files were wiped from the web within 24 hours. But a few screenshots survived. And from there, the legend of Sector X-17 started to spread. In 2011, Elon Musk was reportedly warned not to direct any Starlink satellites over X-17. According to an anonymous Tesla engineer, Musk received a direct visit from high-ranking Air Force officials. They told him, if your systems even glance at that sector, they will go offline. Permanently. He never spoke of it again. By 2017, an amateur astronomer named Lena Moretti pointed her personal telescope near the coordinates of X-17. She didn't get far. Her equipment short-circuited and caught fire. Her backup drives were wiped. She went on Reddit that night in a panic, claiming, "Something out there doesn't want to be seen. And I think I saw a light move. In the void. It moved like it was alive." Her post was removed within hours. But the biggest shock came in 2021. A whistleblower from the Defense Intelligence Agency, known only as Raven, leaked a 400-page report titled, Non-Terrestrial Intelligence Monitoring Zone, Sector X-17. The document detailed ongoing U.S. efforts to monitor alien activity in that area for over 30 years. It claimed that the cube-shaped object spotted by Argos-I was not stationary. It had moved, slowly, but deliberately. The object gave off no heat, reflected no light, and absorbed all radar and lidar signals. Inside the report was a terrifying theory. The cube wasn't a ship. It was a beacon. And worse, it wasn't broadcasting. It was received. Receiving what? That's what scared the analysts the most. They believed something had been listening to our transmissions, radio, television, satellite signals, for decades. And X-17 was the place it had chosen to respond. In 2023, the Pentagon classified X-17 as a level Omega threat zone and placed it under direct surveillance by the U.S. Space Force. Since then, not a single satellite, mission, or telescope is allowed to point toward those coordinates. Infrared satellites are programmed to skip it entirely. It's a digital blind spot in the sky. But it gets weirder. An anonymous former employee of Blue Origin shared that in 2024, during a software test, one of their satellites accidentally locked onto sector X-17 for 0.6 seconds. During that tiny window, it received a burst of data. Thousands of terabytes. Compressed into a single second. The satellite systems melted. Literally melted. The data could not be opened. Every attempt to access it resulted in software corruption. It was like the file itself was alive, defensive, even. Eventually, the satellite's entire mainframe was destroyed. Now here's where it gets truly disturbing. Some believe X-17 isn't just a random part of space. They think it's a trap. A way to lure intelligent civilizations by making them curious. The object sends out signals, strange, subtle patterns that spark interest. Then, as more probes and signals are sent its way, it collects, waits, and when it knows enough, it acts. A classified joint U.S.-European report suggested that 3 alien civilizations may have already been eliminated after contacting similar objects in other parts of the universe. They were wiped out within months of sending out a response. Their stars went dark. Their planets disappeared. The object in X-17, they believe, is the same type. In simple terms, it's a cosmic predator. Not alive in the way we understand life, but aware, intelligent, and incredibly patient. And now it knows about us. That's why governments don't just ban travel there. They forbid it. They fear it. There are rumors that we've already made contact. That someone, accidentally or intentionally, sent a return signal. And now, it's watching. Not just from space, but from here. Because the final page of Raven's leaked report says this. Anomalous data readings matching Sector X-17 signal patterns have been detected in Earth's orbit. Short bursts. Intermittent. Moving closer. Every few weeks, a low-frequency transmission echoes in our atmosphere. It's undeciphered. But one phrase keeps repeating. Hello, creators. We don't know what that means. But maybe we were never supposed to hear it. So the next time you hear that another mission is going to Mars, or the Moon, or some distant exoplanet, ask yourself, why do none of them ever go near Sector X-17? Maybe it's because we already found something out there. Or worse, it found us.